family. We're a family stuck in a diner on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, but at least we're together.
Boy, I know I'm feeling better. My craving for cheesecake has returned.
That man was so nice to us. I wish there was something we could do for him.
Maybe there is. You see, everybody thinks the best way to show someone you care is by going into debt. I mean, where is the love? Where's the sharing? Where is the true spirit of Christmas?
Neiman Marcus, ladies' apparel, 3rd floor.
No, maybe you're right, Dorothy. You know I've spent too much again this year.
Girls,
Pardon me, ma'am, but what are you doing in here all by yourself?
Who are you? Are you an angel?
I'm the guy that shaves everybody.
Amazing. That's not even mentioned in the Bible. Heaven sure isn't what I expected.
Heaven? Ma'am, you're on an elevator and
Sophia, do you think I could take a bath before breakfast? It's been a while.
Here, let me help.
She's my friend. I want to help her.
Oh, it's just wonderful to think about, isn't it? The two of them together, and they're so cute.
Thinking about your breasts again, aren't you, Blanche? Blanche, has anyone seen today's paper?
Oh, I think Sophia left it out on the lanai. Oh, just in time. Rose, would you fetch the paper?
Okie dokie.
Seems like you've gotten more comfortable giving Rose things to do.
Oh, well, deep down it still saddens me, but I think psychologically it's very important to Rose. I'm just careful.
You're a genius.
Ma, wait a minute, what are you talking about?
I walk into the living room, and there's a toilet in front of the television set. It's an old lady's dream come true.
You wouldn't believe all the security out there. Of course, they have to have it.
Rose, don't make fun of old people.
I'm wearing weights to strengthen my ankles.
They come in headbands.
Everybody, look who's here!
Come, sweetheart, sit down. Sit down.
But I won the bidding at the auction.
I understand that, but there's nothing you can say to make me change my mind.
You owe me $500.
How about Thai food?
That sounds great.
Wait. I said I'm not going to go, and I am not going to go. It's just that, well, you have different intentions than I do.
It's not my...
Dorothy, I remember you fondly, and the same goes for Blanche and Rita. Wish you were here. No one can reach the 3rd shelf in the pantry. Best, Sister Ma. God, I miss that woman. Now, say what you want about her.
Holy crank. And threw his limp body in the river. That's a Sicily you don't see on postcards.
My gosh, you're right. That is the best thing I have ever tasted.
This is delicious.
Hey, give me a break. You can't smell that from the hall.
Weeks ago, I got the heart of a 12-year-old. Rose, whatever you want to do is fine with me. I just like being with you. Hey, I better pack my stuff.
Arnie?
Yeah.
A date with Jerry.
So did I. He let me out at the movie theater, said he was going to go park the car. That's the last I saw of him.
I think you've been ditched.
Now, did I ask you? If I want advice on getting ditched, I'll ask an expert. Dorothy, did I get ditched?
Yes, Blanche, but don't feel bad. Look what it's done for Sonny Bono. If the city of Atlantis is lost, how can Bobby Vinton appear there twice a year?
Rose, the most unbelievable thing has happened. Remember that letter you wrote to Gorbachev? He's answered it. He wants to see you.
What did Reagan say?
I don't have your purse. Wait a minute, you have mine.
I gave them to you.
Hold everything. I think my purse is missing, too.
So is mine. Girls, you know what this means? Somebody snuck in here while we were asleep and grabbed our dough.
I hurt my back. I'm paralyzed. Oh, it's you. Look where you're going.
We're almost through with our half of the list.
Rose, tomorrow I want to double the number of sandwiches. Grab some of that aluminum foil.
Are you two still gonna sell lunches, even after that Johnny No Thumbs leaned on you again?
He didn't lean on it.
Stuffed?
Career.
Rose, you've got to put this in perspective. Count Bessie was a chicken. It's not as if Angela had fried up Doc Severinsen.
How you doing, Rose?
Not very good, Dorothy.
Oh, honey, now listen. You may not think so now, but in a few days you'll feel better. But you were embarrassed to have us meet him.
Yes. I hate myself for feeling like that, but it's true. When Jonathan and I are alone together, everything's wonderful. But when we're around other people, I'm uncomfortable. I know they're staring at him and...
Well, Floyd McCallum, oh, shame on you sneaking up on us like that. And in front of this young child, too.
Oh, Blanche, this is Linda.
Hello, Linda, honey. Is your daddy taking you out to lunch?
Well, Linda's just a friend, Blanche.
Oops. Oh, Floyd, I'm just so embarrassed.
Water.
What is she gonna do with water? Has water ever made you feel better when you were upset? Have you ever heard anyone say, "Thank God the water's here"? Call me when dinner is ready. Hi.
Oh, hi, Ma. Where you been?
I took Augie to that cafeteria in the mall.
Well, you and Augie have been seeing a lot of each other these past few days.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun. Augie's a terrific guy and a gentleman. Every time I leave the table, cat, there are no accidents. Nobody wrongs someone without meaning it.
Come on, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
I was gonna take this dress back.
I am sorry,
You were
Blanche.
sorry.
Oh, come on, it was an accident.
Or was it?
Dorothy, you're not moving. It reminds me of our wedding night.
I don't want to dance with you.
Dorothy, please, this is really important. Today, Ted called the airline and booked 2 seats for Acapulco. What does that mean to you?
That he doesn't have a truck. Come on, we're sorry. We're listening now. You have our complete attention.
All right. I went to see Dean Tucker today.
So, big talker. Did you get your mitts on any tickets yet?
As a matter of fact, I did. 3 tickets, rear orchestra.
3 tickets, third ring.
The story about Uncle Hurtis and the 3 skunks in the fountain, which should last about...
1900 hours.
Dorothy, here's the transmitter. Just keep it in the palm of your hand, and then with one quick movement, stick it under the table. That's all there is to it.
All right, so there any other questions?
Look, I know it's wrong, but I was confused. So I called Dr. Halpern. He's coming over right away. This is all my fault.
No, it's my fault. Maybe it's my fault. I mean, who goes to their room in the middle of the day without knocking?
Oh, Pussycat, you've come too. Book.
Are you ever going to talk to me again?
Dorothy, what you did was a mean, dirty, underhanded trick.
I had no choice. It was like The Exorcist. I was battling Stan for your soul.
Well, I'm off.
Unattractive.
Yes.
Worn out.
Yes.
Useless.
What's your point, Swin?
My point is, well, I was just hoping that maybe you're tired of people like Floyd who don't appreciate you. And maybe you're...
Me. The old one isn't so crazy about you.
Roger likes everybody else in the office. I don't know why he doesn't like me. I go out of my way to be friendly. You know that happy thought of the day that I write down and give to everyone? He doesn't even like that. But I have a plan. And right now I want to take them.
Rose, you can't stop taking these pills. You have a problem.
I can stop. And I'll start stopping tomorrow. Oh, boy, will you be... Daddy!
Baby girl! Looking at you takes my breath away. Hair as shiny as the dew on a field of sunflowers. Eyes that sparkle bluer than the Mississippi. And the prettiest smile on either side of the Mason-Dixon line.
Didn't I tell you my... Fine, I will tell her. Bye-bye.
Hi, Rose.
Rose, Miles called again. He wants you to meet him out. For how long?
I don't know, a long time. They were a year apart in school.
That's impossible, Rose.
No, it isn't. How is she?
Wiped out and depressed, even though she tries.
Hello.
Well, girls, how'd it go?
Terrible. I can't believe you live 80, 90 years and wind up in a place like Sunny Pastures. I guess...
Not tonight, Salvador. I've been cooking all day.
We're not meant to live together.
I hate to agree with you, but I think you're right.
I think so, too. In fact, I know so. This is exactly what happened during the Great Herring War.
The Great Herring War?
Yes, between...
I don't get it, Blanche. This isn't like you. Come on. Gary calls at the last minute, cancels your date. You're not the least bit upset or suspicious.
Well, Dorothy, give me some credit. What kind of person would doubt a man whose mother needs emergency gallbladder surgery? Natural.
As natural as a man can look, wearing a black teddy.
It's a beautiful teddy. I think more men should be buried in teddies.
You'll spend the rest of your life selling newspapers out of a wagon.
Keep it zipped, buddy. She's not kidding.
Dennis, is everything okay?
Everything is fine. Listen, you two better hurry. You're going to miss your plane.
Thank you.
They're the in crowd. Look, the Senior Citizen Center is divided into 3 cliques. The hip group, the not-so-hip group, and the broken hip group. Which group would you want to be in?
Oh, Ma, when I was a kid, you always told me it wasn't important to be a member of a popular clique. You always said just be yourself.
Sure.
Ma, could you eat a little more quietly, please?
These are Fritos. You want me to swallow them whole? Hi, everybody.
Hi, Blanche.
Oh, the baby gone?
No, Rose is driving him around to get him to sleep.
Why is he still here?
Well, Ted needs some minor surgery, so they're still at the hospital. What about Virginia?
Well, looks like it was colorized by Ted Turner.
Now, just a minute.
But out, Clayton, this doesn't concern you. You're really going to regret this when you have to come begging on hands and knees for forgiveness.
Oh, then I shall never regret it because I never intend to apologize.
We'll see.
I guess I wasn't thinking.
That's your problem, Michael. You go through life not thinking. You go from town to town, job to job, obviously, relationship to relationship. Michael, you're 29 years old. When are you going to grow up and accept some responsibility?
Look, I'm sorry about what happened. And I'm sorry.
Why skipper? Because you like boats?
No, I like to skip. I got beat up a lot as a child.
Well, were you and Rose really serious?
Oh, you bet. In fact, Rose Lindstrom gave me my first real...
Don't worry, it hardly shows at all. Anyway, at Sonia's wedding, of course, without flowers, they didn't know what to do. And discovered that she was actually on the hayride with little Lars, not big Lars. She yelled, "Whoa!" and jumped right off the wagon.
Letting me open my own Social Security check. Best friend, yeah, right.
That little exercise certainly did not enhance things around here.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. After Ma blabbed the truth, you turned the silent treatment into an art form.
It's more fun. It's like with Santa Claus. The best Christmas we ever had was when all 8 of my brothers and sisters, from Lily to Michael, all still believed. That must be 10 years ago now.
Well, I'm off. I'll be checking in for messages. Take care of the house for me.
Where are you going to go, Blanche?
I'll be staying with my friend Janet. She said I could spend the night there anytime. Or was it her husband Ed who said that?
We had to slaughter our own meat, prepare our own seasonings, and if the food wasn't perfect after cappuccino, they shot the cook.
Ma, you're making that up.
No, I'm not. Why do you think there are only 2 guys from Italy?
Places, everybody.
Music. Did they land on their feet during the dismount? Different people have different strengths. It's just impossible to tell, but anything over a 9 is excellent.
Over a 9?
Go.
What is it? I heard screams. What's happening?
No, nothing. Everything's fine, Blanche.
We never should have watched Psycho. For 25 years, I have avoided that picture. Even when Stan invited me to the Roxy instead of over to his mother's house for dinner. And it turned
Balls of sunshine in a bag. Does this mean something?
Those are egg yolks, Blanche.
My brain's gone. My body is limp with exhaustion. Virginia, you knew I was dating him. Then I had to go to the country to visit Aunt Augusta. When I got back, I had Poison Ivy and you had Tom. I loved that boy. I wanted to marry him. We were serious.
You only had 2 dates with him?
I was fast.
I swear, I didn't think that you liked him at...
So do I.
Well, then don't. Stay on a few more days.
Oh, I've got a meeting with a client first thing Monday morning.
Then I'll go back to Charleston with you.
Say again.
Look, I know how I feel about you, and I flatter myself to think that you feel the same way about me. Now,
back to the chow wagon for the lunch rush.
Yeah, we'll just leave you to your negotiations.
Before we go, can we get you some milk or some double stuffed Oreos?
No, thank you, ma'am.
Boy, he's tough.
Have a seat, boys.
Look, I've read and reread your list of demands.
break the kraken.
Plastic reindeer poop.
That's what happens when you aim too high.
And then I figured with the drought and the danger of fires, the one novelty item that would really take off this season is a little Santa wearing sunglasses driving a fire engine. So I put every last cent I had into that hunch. And I ordered...
No, I really have to go.
Oh, what a terrible morning this is. Sophia's leaving. And I'm playing an ugly old witch because you stole my part.
Oh, Blanche, I know how much that part means to you. You know what I was thinking? You could go on for me one night.
Thanks. All right, I'm going. Here, Dorothy, you throw this out. I'll push a car around the front.
All right, let's see. Who's next? Number 43? Oh, please go on. That's such a beautiful language.
Rose, why don't we just show Mr. Vaughn around the theater?
Well, why don't I just do that myself, since I've had the most experience performing here?
Blanche, the parking lot doesn't count. I'll just...
A miracle. I see 2 people who've been afraid to reach out, afraid to take that first step toward real feeling. Two people gazing into each other's eyes and sharing each other's concerns, caring about each other's happiness. I see two people in love. She's in this room.
Hey, man, cool.
Oh, Blanche, come on. You only think she's here. You and Grammy spent a lot of time here, and the memories are so alive. Of course, you can almost feel her here, right, Rose?
Well, she's not under the bed.
Well, Daddy was.
He was a success as a human being, but his work took him away so much, I was afraid you wouldn't know that. That's why I made him into something he wasn't. I guess maybe I was afraid you'd think he was a failure. I never thought of him.
Direct. And I happen to be a legitimate, for real security guard.
Well, you're doing a great job, Alvin Newcastle. Nobody's stolen the boardwalk since you've been sitting here.
Forget it. Just forget it. It's my fault for trying to be friendly. I'll go back to counting seagulls.
So where do you work?
You miserable, low-down piece of Yankee slime.
Blanche, I sense some hostility towards me.
How'd you like to sense a coconut upside your head?
Blanche, get a hold of yourself.
I don't want to get a hold of myself. They invite us to go out on a boat, and then they sail us right out in the middle of a storm. We end up shipwrecked on the...
I'd be able to enjoy it.
True. On the other hand, Beethoven was also deaf, so you'd be hearing the music the way he wrote it. Look at us. You haven't been out of the house in a week, and when I make a run for it, he'll riddle my body with bullets. Oh, please don't let them take me downtown. I want to live. I want to live.
You're not very good in a crisis, are you, Rose?
Dorothy, what are we gonna do?
We'll simply have to explain that this is all a terrible mistake. Officer.
With money? Dump him.
Blanche, this is serious, and it's getting worse. Like last Friday, I asked him to take me someplace special. You know what he did? He snuck us into an AA meeting. Theater of the...
Mental problem. The fact is, when you take an animal out of its natural environment, it's not uncommon for it to have a hard time adjusting to new surroundings.
Are you trying to tell us that that pig is dying of homesickness?
In a way, yes. My recommendation is to get him back to the farm. Once he's home, he should do a lot better.
Thank you.
Young man, this woman is doing you a favor. She's taking time from her own busy schedule. They don't know you have no life.
Kevin, no dice. You take it or leave it. These are my terms.
Look, Coach, you told me if I was nice to her, she'd roll over. I'm out of here. If you want to win tomorrow, it's...
Come on in the kitchen, I'll write you a check.
There's my cake.
Oh, Ma, now you cannot eat cake after that big bowl of pasta. It's not healthy.
Sophia, you know, I just thought of something. You're worried about losing a pound? Well, have you ever thought you may not be the same height you always were?
You know, Ma, Blanche could be right. This could be exactly why you're losing. You have a very beautiful country, and I have enjoyed my stay here. When it comes down to it, your lives aren't really that different than ours, except for your toilet paper. No wonder you people always look so grouchy.
Jump on the Easter season. I have a new idea for a great novelty. It's a decorated Easter egg with a little window in it. And when you look into it, you see a beautiful Easter scene.
Well, that's not a new idea. Those Easter eggs have been around for years and years.
Yes, but this one leaves a black circle around your eyes.
That practically screams.
Available, and that's no compliment.
I find this very strange coming from you, Aunt Blanche, because from the stories I've heard, you're not exactly a saint.
No, you're right. I do enjoy the company of gentlemen. Always have. But I can promise you one thing, Lucy. When I'm with the man, it's because I like him, not because I want him to like me.
Well, what's wrong?
Blanche, Everlast is a brand name, not a nickname.
Come
anyway?
I don't know, an old office building or a warehouse. Or...
It looks to me like the kind of place where shady dealings go on. Marriage, family, and tradition. Not to mention wedding showers, catered affairs, the bridal registry at Burdine's.
No, I know what you mean, Blanche, but there's another side to this. If I had lived with Stan before we got married, I could have spared us both some very painful time. Why?
You see, the guy that was moaning and screaming and groaning in agony was the parking attendant. He was coming after me because I forgot to pick up my keys. But I'm not afraid anymore. I know that when it comes right down to it, I can take care of myself.
Oh, honey, I always knew you could. You had a Belgian waffle stand?
Well, actually, they were English muffins that I carved little ridges in. But people bought them anyway. I was cute then, so I could get away with it.
Don't worry, you get cute again when you hit 80. How do you think I'm gonna peddle this slop?
How was your date?
We certainly are in the right place for it. The kitchen, Crisis Central.
Yeah, we sure have solved a lot of problems in this room. I mean, a lot. Dorothy, it wasn't that long ago that you...
Oh, it's you. I thought maybe Sophia had come home.
Oh, no, she'll be back in the morning. She's trying to teach me a lesson.
Sir, if that is the kind of respect you have for genuine Elvis memorabilia, then I kindly suggest you hand these over and remove yourself from my property.
Blanche! Blanche, I can't believe that you did that. I mean, they're just a silly salt and pepper shaker.
The king is gone, Dorothy.
And I love you.
Fine. Now keep your fat mouth shut so I can get some sleep.
Jean thinks she's in love with Rose.
What a life. You know what I call my pillow? Sal. Sometimes I hug it, sometimes it lays there like a big lump, just like your father. That's how I keep him alive.
It's lovely, Ma.
You know what I call my other pillow? Dino.
But I am so excited we have a band.
Oh, you hired somebody?
Yup, the Great Pretenders. It's an all-female jazz band. They're supposed to be fantastic. Well, now it's going to be a good party. Oh, it's too bad you couldn't find a better date than Harvey.
Well, I certainly wouldn't brag about my date if I were you.
Gin?
Dorothy, what's the matter? Something wrong?
That thrill of victory! The agony.
I'd like to check on my husband, Mr. Karp. Prostate surgery?
Nothing yet, but he'll be fine. I went through it myself 20 years ago.
You had prostate surgery?
What, do I look like, a cross-dresser? My husband had the surgery. I was the one who went through it.
To Blanche.
Don't worry, I'll take care of it.
Good morning, girls.
Good morning, Blanche. Rose opened your letter.
Blanche, I didn't.
Oh, it's no problem, honey. It's just another one of those letters from Meryl. I would read it to you anyway. They're not personal.
Not personal.
Not front.
Oh, Lucas must have sent it. Oh, he's so romantic. Oh, but Mom, wait, I haven't finished packing.
You'll come back later and pack.
Yeah, relax, Dorothy. You're carrying on like a howler monkey.
You've been coaching her, haven't you?
As you do that, I don't mind at all.
Sure, Rose. Set a place at the table.
Well, hi. What happened? Oh, we had the nicest time. We went to Joe's. You ever been to Joe's? Yes, what happened? I had the stone crabs. I never had stone crabs. You ever had stone crabs?
Yes, yes, Blanche. Just tell us.
Oh, well, I was just so relieved. Look at that. I don't believe that. Look at what they have on.
Oh, calm down, honey. They're just trying to get to you.
Oh! Rose, take that off. What?
I followed you to the boardwalk.
That was you? Thank God. I thought Gino the Enforcer was out on parole.
Ma, please, will you let me say what I have to say?
Maybe I don't want to hear what you have to say. Maybe I'm happy not knowing anything.
Or maybe you know already.
I'm not each other.
Rose, we both answered an ad to share Blanche's house that we found in the supermarket. It was not the resurrection. It is hardly a miracle.
To me, it was a miracle because we're happy. It's not fair, you know. I mean, we get married, we have kids.
Thank you, Ma. That's very sweet.
Give me $20.
No.
Rose, did I say mother needs a child? I meant roommate. Give me $20.
What for?
Seoul, Korea, 1988, the Olympics. I'd like to be there competing for the USA. Contribute now, and I'll make sure you get a
Please, honey, don't be mad. I'll make it up to you, I promise you. What do you say I'll pack a picnic basket and we'll drive down to the beach? I'll spread a blanket on the sand, underneath the stars. I'll take you in my arms.
I forgive you. I mean, Blanche should forgive you.
Turn out to be the most in love. That was certainly the case with Ollie Knopf-Stetlermeyer and Molly Jane Doe.
Ollie and Molly? Must we take yet another trip to Petticoat Junction?
Ollie was the mayor and our town's most respected citizen. He was also artistic.
To pay for it. I certainly haven't.
She's always depended on the kindness of strangers.
Fine. Make jokes. I'd just like to know how you all would feel if you thought you were going to have a test tube for a son-in-law.
He says he's in Miami on business and he wants to see you.
John Noretti called. I haven't heard from him in almost 40 years. Oh, I can't believe this.
Who's John Noretti?
Oh, he's a guy who humiliated me.
Could you narrow it down a bit, Dorothy?
Self, I don't need help. I'm a totally independent person.
I know.
I need $67 for the cab.
$67? Ma, this is crazy. The home is 15 minutes from here.
My cab driver is Cuban. He said there was an additional tax for a bilingual driver.
And do whatever Lars wanted. And Lars agreed, and it worked. I mean, it always works, so won't you give it a try, Blanche, please?
Yes. All right. I will, but not right now. I'm late for my date. Dorothy, I'm just going to grab those earrings. I'll see y'all later.
Oh, I better go see if I can help her.
Rose, listen, I'm going to ask a question that I know I'm starting Tuesday. And Blanche is busy with her granddaughter, and Rose is, well, I think a nurse is the way to go.
I don't need a nurse. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself.
Oh, really? Then why have you been running me ragged doing things for you?
Honestly, it tickles me.
Look, Ma, I'm hiring
around the set.
Come on, honey. We don't want to keep our dates waiting.
Wait, Blanche, honey, aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, no, I never wear underwear.
I mean my jewelry.
Oh, forget it. Why paint the peacock?
Your sister.
So that's where it ends? Well, that's neat, isn't it? You walk in here, borrow my friends for a while, then start acting like a stupid jerk and waltz right out as if nothing ever happened.
Do you want an apology?
I want an explanation. Holly, I can't figure you out. You're smart.
Every bit as lovely as the picture Charlie used to carry. See you tomorrow.
What a sweet man.
Absolutely charming. And he obviously idolized your Charlie.
And more importantly, he wasn't wearing a wedding ring.
Oh, Blanche, don't be silly.
Well, I only...
Florida. Hope you enjoyed your flight. Thank you for flying Air Florida. I hope you enjoyed your flight.
Oh, I certainly did. And I want to especially thank you for that pillow from first class. They're so much fluffier.
Oh, you're welcome. But that was Julie. I'm the one that got you the Dramamine and the packs of Smokehouse almonds.
Can I? Here comes one. Too short? Next. Clayton, you're not playing fair. That's a man.
Wear lamb chops again, didn't you?
It's not like they slow her down.
Yeah. Listen, have you seen my mother?
No.
I can't find her. She's gone. I ducked my head in her bedroom. She's not there. That's it. She never does what I tell her to do. It doesn't take a genius to figure out where she is.
I know.
Mother, Mrs. Sophia Petrillo. Ma, this is my boss, Mr. Allen.
Pleased to meet you, Mrs. Petrillo. What brings you to our humble home?
Is he gay?
Come on, honey. I'll walk you to the car.
Goodbye, Mrs. Petrillo.
Intelligent letter to Reagan and Gorbachev might just do the trick. Anybody know how many Z's there are in Czar?
Oh, look. I don't know why I bothered to make this. I could have had Rose sit on my hand.
To this day, broad-shouldered and apparently had about as much taste in women as other men with flawed choicing skills.
Hi, Ma.
How? Some hogs trampled it. I was hauling home a smoked ham for Mama, and I think it set them off. Well, anyway, that's when I fell in love with Charlie. He paid for a new wagon, even though my policy didn't cover acts of swine.
Sound like you were quite a pistol back in high school.
Well.
I'll bet you had a nickname.
I sure did. Tell her what it was, Rose.
Oh, no, it was your nickname. You tell her.
Oh, okay. It was Skipper.
Let's.
Really? Would you like to go to bed with me?
Take me out to the ball game. Stanley, these seats are pretty far from the field.
Yeah. Dorothy?
Hi.
Ready to go?
Soon as Rose lends me some gloves.
They're in the bottom drawer on the left, under my clarinet.
Be right back. I'm not Charlie. I'm Arnie Peterson from Plainfield, New Jersey. If you like me, it's for who I am, not for who I remind you.
I do like you, Arnie Peterson.
I like you too, Rose Nyland.
Made with milk, sugar, honey, a whole lot of love, and just a drop of sunshine.
Honey, why don't you leave the poor man alone?
I know if he got to know me, he'd like me.
Boy, I got to know you. I don't like you.
You just say that.
Repeatedly.
Rose, you've become up that transmitter at the McDonald's tonight. There's a great movie on TV.
What is it?
In Cold Blood. It's about this innocent family is brutally murdered.
May I
when they
see that, Rose?
Sure.
I want you to know that Dad asked me to leave. He said he agreed with you. I don't get it. You two never agreed about anything before.
I guess we both agree that we love you.
Well, you have a funny way of showing it. Because of this, I'm here.
The very first night he was in America, his uncle took him to a movie. He felt more excited than he ever had in his whole life watching that movie because of the feeling he got sitting in that theater with all those other people, laughing together, getting scared together. He felt like those people were his friends.
But you are.
Well, only because you were. Hey, now listen, if you're going to tell her, I'm going to tell her first.
What difference does it make who tells her first? Look, this isn't for our good, it's for her good. Now let's just go out there and tell her.
Look, Dorothy, if you let me tell her first, I'll forget about the $500.
That's a lie!
Disagreed with his review of The Accidental Tourist. Willard apologized and left the studio. Officially, they're saying he's on assignment.
Well, at least some good came of it. I mean, it's about time someone threw up on Gene Shaw. an equal chance of having our Christmas ruined. It's not going to bother me if I get Rose's gift.
Dorothy's right. Be a good sport.
Rose, I have to tell you about Christmas. It is too hot to shop. The stores are mobbed, and there are only 2 days left. So we've decided.
And presses until it's chased away by, you know what.
No, what, Rose? A highway patrolman?
Dorothy.
What?
A big belch.
You couldn't say belch. What is it, a Viking curse?
Well, it's not the nicest word in the world.
See, Marvin, how do you like it? Not a pretty picture, is it?
Marvin, what the hell is going on here?
Isn't it obvious? They put an ad in the magazine to lure an unsuspecting cutie like me into their web of sex games. They want me to be their love slave.
You should know that when I got back to my place, I did some thinking, and actually I did some shaking, and then I did some thinking, and I realized I was alone again. And after meeting you, I don't want to be alone anymore. I mean, you're my friend, and if there's nice people like you out here, well, maybe the world's not such a bad place.
Thank you.
And I know this isn't going to be easy, but...
Nuns.
Sophia, you have no idea how much we're going to miss you. It's like losing a member of the family.
Rose is right, Sophia. You're just like a mother to us. We feel like your daughters, too.
I feel the same way. Rose, just remember, you're smarter than people say you are. You've got common sense, and you know what you're doing.
No, forget it. Boy, you can't trust anybody. I thought this place wasn't going to be my prison anymore. I thought for a second I remembered what happy was. Well, thanks, Dorothy. I'm never going to leave this apartment again.
My girls aren't too young for anything.
They're waiting outside. Why don't you just relax? We don't have to talk.
Oh, no. I'm fine. Listen, I want you to do me a favor.
Anything.
If...
Hi.
Blanche, I thought you were going to be working.
You don't think playing 3 sets of tennis in this heat is work?
When are you going to get the survey done?
Rose, let me explain something. Now, in this world, there are two...
Cut off for you. I kissed a fool. I helped a holy man. And I witnessed the betrayal of a loved one. That's a lot of work for a woman who nods off all day on the couch.
Ma, please, if somebody has to tell Rose, please let it be me.
I'm sorry, but that won't satisfy...
Stay and talk to Stan. I'm sure you can get somebody.
Dorothy, I must confess I have mixed feelings about calling anybody. There's something strangely provocative about this evening. Oh, of course, I would never have a relationship with both twins at the same time. That would be obscene. Unless, of course, it was tastefully done.
Stan, what was...
Walking by that sausage case back there really brought back a lot of memories.
Sausage opens a floodgate for many of us, Rose. What's this, Blanche?
Smoked oysters.
Oh, come on now. I know we said... Any sign of Rose?
Not yet.
You know, Dorothy, I'm a little nervous. I mean, Rose was on those pills for 30 years. Now, if 1 month in the hospital has really helped her kick the habit, she may not be the same Rose we know. I mean, she may be an entirely different person. I know because it happened.
Discuss it with me.
Fine, let's discuss
There's
it.
nothing to discuss. I'm not moving in.
Dorothy, if I ever do this to you, I want you to take me out to a field and shoot me.
Could you put that in writing?
Dorothy, come closer.
Okay, I think I can solve it. Stop, Blanche! You're out of control.
Oh, my God. Oh, Rose, honey, I'm sorry. Oh, what did I just do?
Yes.
Honey, we know dieting is hard.
Any sense? There's thou shalt not commit adultery, and thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. 2 out of 10 refer to hitting the sheets, and they couldn't fit in lying? Does anybody think before they write this stuff down?
You're not making any sense. I can't talk to you when you're half asleep.
Excuse me, it's only 4 a.m.
I don't mean to poo-poo your whole moon thing, but poo-poo.
No, Dorothy, there really is something going on here. Well, I mean, just look how the men are all flocking around you and totally ignoring me. It's nature gone loco.
Wait a minute, that's not so ridiculous. Dorothy has her own allure.
Can't you find a better place to clip your toenails?
Don't call me Ma. Call me Sophia like my other friends.
Look, Ma, I am very upset, so please stop teasing me.
Dorothy, I've never told this to anyone before. But the day I left the hospital with you, I had a gnawing feeling in the pit of my stomach.
Olga Nielsen? Oh, that's impossible. Olga always bowls with her twin sister, Sonia.
That was before Olga found out Sonia's been sleeping with her boyfriend, Lars. And not telling him he had the wrong sister. Oh, Rose Nylund, I can't wait to whoop your butt.
Very, very much. And I just hope that you love this present as much as I love giving it to you. Okay, Blanche?
Angela? No, and I know they do, but, you know, he hardly has time for them. Or for me. I'm starting to wonder if maybe the main reason he wants me for his wife is because he needs a mother for his children.
Well, honey, if you think that's true, you'd better find out.
I intend to. I'm going to ask him straight out
All night talking.
I'm going to bed.
She doesn't feel like talking.
But I got chocolate macadamia nut cheesecake and rum raisin ice cream.
Oh, all right. Start cutting, you scoop.
Ah, that's my girl.
So, did you decide what you're going to do?
No. Oh, my luck.
You want to be here, don't you? You've been having a wonderful time with Grandma, haven't you? Because if you haven't been, darling, well, we'll just leave right now.
She's on.
Showtime! She's not singing. Why? Why isn't she?
Dance floor is out too unless she can find a new partner within the next minute.
Oh, yeah? Excuse me, sir. Listen, would you consider dumping your partner and dancing with me? Huh? Listen, oh, sir, excuse me. Would you consider it?
For a minute, I thought I was back in Sicily.
Sophia, I'm sure Blanche wouldn't mind if you used her bathroom.
I hate that bathroom. There's plants everywhere and flowers on the toilet seat cover. I feel like I'm going in the woods.
Gee, I hope that's our new toilet.
Now, that's a sentence you don't hear every...
Rest, I worked, I slept. For fun, I ate onion sandwiches. Then, one day, my daughter sat me down. She said, Mom would hate what you're doing. She would say, Arnie, who are you saving yourself for? I'm dead. And I'm not in heaven if I have to worry about...
Saw him first.
But we were meant for each other. I'm a woman, he's a man.
And what am I, Little Richard?
Oh, all right. Fair's fair, but if he has a friend who makes house calls, I can be ill any night this week except Thursday.
Well, doctor, how is she?
Got your father cough for me and proof to you I'm not totally crazy.
Ma, remember, it's only a carving. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Hey, I may be fading, but that's the sweetest thing that man ever did for me. I know that heart's behind the door.
Wait, you say lovely to a date who's just shown up in a light blue tuxedo.
Well, I meant lovely no matter how it came out.
I guess maybe I just didn't think you'd recognize good taste. You know this house was done by Nancy Reagan's decorator.
Really?
Well, at least we can feel good that we've done the right thing. Mrs. Claxton is in somebody else's hands now.
Well, I'm afraid for the moment she's in mine.
What?
Well, it seems there was a little mix-up out back, and Mrs. Claxton was cremated by mistake. We never should have hired a high school student.
Mama accepted it, too. Along with a brand new Cadillac Eldorado for her birthday. You know, my family had a few dollars, and I loved them dearly, but when you get right down to it, Basically, they were trash.
After all.
Two clunky old bodies thrashing around against each other. Like animals.
You get all sweaty and flushed.
Hair gets mussed.
You lose your breath.
You lose your earring.
Oh, look, it's a letter from my friends, Philomena and Dominic Bosco back in Sicily.
Oh.
They're visiting Miami and they're bringing their daughter, Gina.
Who are they?
Oh, well, Gina and I were born within minutes of each other at the same hospital in Brooklyn. That's when Ma became friendly with Philomena, before the family moved back to Sicily.
Will the Boscos be...
And then, you're gonna love this. Dom DeLuise takes me by the arm and insists I tell Bert the story.
Sophia, I don't want to hear any more about it.
Not even the part when Bert and Dom insisted I repeat the story to Lonnie Anderson?
That's it. I don't want to hear another word.
Oh, Cinderella's back.
Mara, we'll handle the situation. Tell Gresham we can get together next week. No, he'll have to come here. I can't go to the coast. No, we're going to have to try to keep that whole week clear for my honeymoon. Sometime around the 17th. Well, if you can close it, all right, do so. Call me. I'm on the plane.
The Sunkist building. And here's Blanche in bed with the Country Bear Jamboree. Honey, do you know what this means?
I sure do. My God, you're an animal.
Rose, these are double exposures.
Double exposure?
Yes, obvious.
The process. Oh, Becky. Honey, I think you are headed for trouble going off by yourself like this. No man is going to want to marry you with a baby.
Blanche, there are a lot of people who are single parents, and they're doing just fine.
Yeah, look at me. My husband was a fan. Not of the cigars, the boxes. We used to keep all our fine cutlery in one.
Blanche was right. She said you were incorrigible.
I guess I deserve it. I always say she's a cheap slut.
Maybe we better be going.
Yes. It was pad on a misty spring day south of Savannah.
Could you be more specific, Big Daddy?
Do my eyes deceive me, or do I see Sophia Petrillo standing before me? Or did you all get Sophia Loren as the new roommate?
Get out the boots, he's back. Affections. From now on, it's strictly physical.
Well, I've never been fond of Rocco, but it's obvious that he really cares about my mother.
Mrs. Zabornak?
That's right.
You taught English. Eastwick High, 1975, when Mr. Martinez had his sex change?
Yes! I was there for the whole semester while he went shopping for new clothes.
I just want to date girls in their 20s and 30s. What's a great-looking gal in her 40s to do?
Perhaps we should find one and ask her. Oh, come on, Blanche. This is all your own fault. I mean, take Stephen. You'd been dating him for 6 weeks. The moment it looked like you were making some sort of...
problems, and you are...
We are the world.
I'm Dorothy Zbornak. This is my mother, Sophia. We're here to talk to you...
Hello? No.
Oh, Rose, I'd be... Wait a minute. I won't have to wear horns or one of those metal brassieres, will I?
Oh, no, Dorothy. I'm the one that's getting married.
Then I'd love to.
A blessing for the couple.
You invited a rabbi to a moonlight madness party?
You're gonna love it.
Who did you talk to? A very nice receptionist at NBC.
I am focusing all my powers on this metal object.
That's idiotic.
Now be patient. It's a very good trick.
You're basing this whole thing on a conversation you had with a telephone operator at NBC.
We're gonna have to go and tell everyone it was...
Dishes, The next thing I knew, I came to in a motel with my toupee in my mouth.
I cannot believe this. I cannot believe that I am hearing this. I mean, I always assumed that something like this could happen, but I just figured it would be with that blonde secretary you had who couldn't type or take shorthand.
You're wrong on 2 counts, Doris.
Ma, you gonna tell a story?
Please, das Heifetz Rasen a bow. This is a tearjerker. Picture this. New York City, 1931, the Depression. Your father and I are newlyweds. One rainy night, we have our first fight. He says he's leaving. I say, fine. He goes out the door.
I just hate the idea of a yard sale, but if you're really trying to get rid of your stuff, well, I'll take it off your hands for, say, $50.
Okay, but a deal's a deal. I don't want to hear you say you didn't get your money's worth just because something doesn't fit right or smells bad or makes strangers look at you and giggle.
Good Lord, Em.
I'm not listening to you anymore. Dorothy was right. You got me into trouble. You got Rose into trouble. You'd get Dorothy into trouble if anyone was interested in her.
Wait a minute. Why, just the other day, that guy who works with our gardener, you know, the one with the leaf blower.
I'm not a soldier. I'm a pharmacist in his 50s, and you're a woman in her.
Watch it, Bill.
You're a woman in the prime of her life, who I would like to get to know better. Slowly.
And we can both see other people?
Sure.
State parade. You probably don't know this, but my hometown was founded by Heinrich von Anderdrönen. The first man to ever can tuna in its own natural juices. Anyway, it was the 50th anniversary celebration of the founding of our town.
Believe who's going to be there? Dom DeLuise.
Wow!
Lonnie Anderson.
Wow!
Charles Nelson Riley. Charles Nelson Riley.
Wow, who else?
John Forsythe. Mr. John Forsythe. Put her in a bear suit with pom-poms. Do the growl, pussycat. Come on, do the growl. That's it. That's it.
Now, it so happens I was their good luck charm. They won a lot of games with me in that suit.
Sure, the other team was always afraid we'd send in the bear.
What, Ma? What?
What? You're sitting on top of me. I open my eyes, I see paws like that. I think I'm on the moon.
Did you have a nice nap, Sophia?
I didn't have a nap. I died a little. I went to heaven.
Oh, Ma, you just...
I put my head between my knees.
No, that's for nausea.
When I'm scared, I'm nauseous. You remember what happened when that man tried to steal my purse?
Worked better than Mace. Honey, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
Well, anyway, all the same, I better get busy writing down my act.
Ma, you're still here. I thought you were moving.
I will be, smarty pants. I found out about this agency that matches elderly people with roommates. Hello?
Hi, Miles. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're adorable.
Cute as a button. Please, please let me finish. I know I'm plain to look at, but everything I do seems to drive the opposite sex crazy. I don't do it on purpose. I mean, it just happens. The way I look at a woman, the way I make love to a woman, the way I...
Are you telling me Rebecca and Jeremy are planning to get married?
Yeah, I overheard them talking.
Maybe you misunderstood.
Please, me misunderstand? My bladder may be weak, my eyesight may be failing, my bones may be brittle. I see your point. Maybe you better double check.
Do a handstand, but they surely did appreciate me trying.
But I don't understand. Blanche, just once, why couldn't you let your sister win?
I told you, Dorothy, jealousy is a terrible thing. That'll teach Charmaine to be Daddy's favorite.
Girls, there's only one way we're going to solve this problem.
Inhaling this vapor rub.
Blanche!
Dorothy, I have been waiting for Larry to ask me out ever since our eyes first met at Dell's Route 1 Chevron. And I climbed up on the hood of his LeBaron and wrote my phone number on his windshield with the heel.
Feeling since we rented the Alan Alda collection.
Mel, I think it's pretty obvious our new relationship just isn't gonna work out.
I don't think so. Why don't we call it off and go back to being friends?
Okay.
I got a great idea. Why don't you come over to my place? I'm hungry. I'll go down to Wolfie's, I'll get some pastrami, and we can rent out of Africa.
You know, Jerry, when I was a little girl, my father misplaced his daily planner, too. It was when we were on the way to the state fair. Speaking of state fairs, is it true that you're cheap?
Oh, my goodness, we have company.
Plumber, could I see some identification?
So, you two are the proud parents of the new Dolan Standard Low Boy, huh?
Yes, we're sending out engraved announcements. Miss Bornak, I'm beautiful, men find me desirable, and people want to be my friend.
I'm sorry I confused you, honey. You're supposed to say 3 positive things that apply to you. You know, like you could say, I'm Dorothy Zbornak. Not a dime.
Yes! Well, this is it. My last session with Stan and the psychiatrist. How do I look?
Oh, fine. Why?
It's so hard to dress for a psychiatrist.
Why does she keep crying like that?
Oh, she probably just misses her mother. Needs to hear a feminine voice.
And what was I doing? My Ben Gazzara impersonation?
Why don't you let Blanche try it? You and I aren't having any luck.
Me? Oh, heavens, no. I don't know anything about that. No, I can't. Sophia, that's the same dress I got. Well, now you know how it should look. A gentleman. I realize this time it's only Stan, but next time it could be somebody appealing or charming or at least reasonably good looking. No offense, Stan.
None taken. Dorothy, could we talk for a minute?
Of course, for a minute. Come on.
You bring your wife with you, or did you make her stay home and clean out her toy box?